this stage, that was the talking point. And then you've got Twisted Minds. Sure, weren't they? But it's good to see them back in. And look, I think Twisted Minds are always...
Oasis and the smoke means nobody swings up on the back, but we could see Benja wasn't a million miles away. Look at that positioning there. Now's the push. There's Benja getting one. There's an important shotgun, and it locks in for the second follow through, but now they know about his position, so he actually relocates to Stokey. Drives his way across. A great little change there from the side of Hatshot and keep them guessing. It's a very important swing for them to try and lock in, and now the Strix guys to get a bit of support and a bit of structure. It's Hashon. There he is, operating over from the top rope. Gets one. Benja gets himself a second. Make it 3. But 15 seconds here, Demo. P9, all that is left on the longest watch possible. Can't cement it. They know where he is now. So they've just got to try and sprint their way past. And now, Stompin can secure the site. At this point, they know exactly where he's coming from. And they'll just pop out and get the round win. Almost, but G2 adapt and Paris aside, but the first Paris aside, we are terrible singers. It's a private video for just that reason. And Doki, well, privately, please remove yourself from the area. You are not allowed to participate in the rest of this round. Jalad, someone's close on the corner. The second follow through almost catches Benja elsewhere. They drive in. Does win out. Hashon, though, gets Alamau in the same second. So, Twisted Minds, they're just pushing out. They're sort of making sure, well, we've got one. Let's see what else we can sort of net. A 4-3. Still our advantage. Woo! How do you do that? My eyes are too old.
You'll shine, but... you know, it is very risky of a play, but they just keep finding the kills. I mean, Twisted Minds, if he needs to, but he's actually trying to bait now and see if he can catch Benja by surprise. And I think it's worked. Benja has fell for the bait. He hurt the TP, but no. Stompin in the 1v2. Hashon and P9, the TP. Oh, Stompin was not expecting the Scopo. So him on the shields, certainly a sight to behold.
Sprayed through, pushed back down green stairs, but he's got the ability to get himself a little bit more. Not like that, though. They just kept on driving. The flash comes around the corner. There's somebody trying to offer a modicum of support, but in the meantime, they're just being caught all over here. 4 versus 3. What was that first loss? Turns into 2.
In goes the sense, and I think Stompin and Alamo maybe going to try and challenge the player upstairs because they know it is going to be a soulless Doki is going to go for the plant. And oh, somehow we're able to see a kill happen from above, but Alamo had the double up, a good trade, and yeah, it was only a matter of time before Hashon fell. Nope.
Wow.
We're stuck.
Yeah, entirely stuck. The Echo's doing his best just to try and blind people, but that's not going to slow down Shaiko. Pushes on, gets the player. Have they bought enough time? And is Hashon about to do something that will buy them another body? Yes! Great positioning on towards the swing, forced out by the Fenrir mine, and they are suddenly back to square one, but with...
for him, Candelas will go out. And that should be a dead smoke, and it is. Doki takes a lot of damage, though, down to 1 HP, and there's Hashon again, makes the rotate into bathroom. Just an absolute menace, and I mean, who wants to swing him? Who really wants to go up against this guy? Stompin able to find one to get it back into the 2v2, and 40 seconds left. Stompin's in the bomb site, and Benji has to try and support him.
I mean, P9 puts down Stompin, and there's Benja getting one apiece, and look at the health. It's almost even between the pair of them. No gadgetry. We have an old-fashioned shootout, and Benja is the boy to make...
All right, we know what they're like. And I think in a map like Border, where they'll be very proficient on it, you know, I think Border does lean in sometimes to that kind of ranked playstyle, where you can just find a gap and go massive.
Sneak on by, but look at all the gadgetry that might be on the other side of this. Oh, none of it is. Gets in, gets one, gets out, and they get on the camera just a split second too late.
Oh, Benji's seen the legs. He knows exactly where that Ella is. That's just going to go for Benja, though, and the big old flashbang. Oh, misses the shots, but Shaiko is there finally. Shaiko gets the kill. He was holding on to that for a very long time.
Yeah, as close as you like there. Oh, 4 versus 3, but again, low timer, so if they can pop this in the right way, gets the man on the shoulder, gets the follow through, close by. P9 gets himself 2, but Stompin makes things level once again. But Demo, we're in the red time here as Jake puts it, and now he's just watching his friends die around him. No kit, no vision, no idea, no round.
Oh.
Well, here's the attempt to drive all the way through. You can see they're just trying to see if, you know, there's anyone on the other side of it, but Twisted Minds. Well, here's the fight. There's one! There's two! Alamau! Revenge for being the opening death the previous round. Wants to try and catch up for lost kills. Now, P9 gone, Trickst gone as well. They have the vertical control, but Hashom, he's tempted by a little bit of sneaky action on green stairs. He's held this position before, but when you've got a shield round the corner and that's what you're about to find, there's the activation and there's the assassination. 3 for Alamau. Shalad is suffering elsewhere. He's doing his best to fight his way through, but Doki had it on watch, and this is what I mean. All of them are happy to find the fights, and I said we wanted to see a little bit more from Dove this time round. It will not be the case.
But all of this time has been burned on the other side by Hashom. So, which I think will be their biggest downfall against a team like G2.
Ooh, well, they don't have the monster.
It can be a bit of a nightmare for teams if you have to try and go through the kind of premise of having the deal with a bandit trick, hand the drill with a K trick. Oh no, Benja. He's tried the Hashom cosplay and it hasn't worked out for him. And they still need to try and make headway in towards Mez. They've got Stompin to deal with, who is there with the shotgun. And Alamau, I mean, the wing con I talked about. It's the check down the smoke, and Alamau goes wandering and gets punished. Doki able to get one kill. Here comes the blitz from Dove. Charging straight in, looking for Stompin, but he says, not today, Blitz. Not today. Shotgun, maybe another. No, just has that fadeaway shot. Here comes Doki with the support. Great synergy from Stompin and Doki. And Twisted Minds, they had the lead. 5-4, and now they're down a man at 3-2.
At this point now, how can they try and sort of capitulate the force? They've got the blind and they actually catch the player. Brilliant bait and cut, and well, unfortunately it doesn't last too long. P9, a 1 versus 2. Only Shaiko and Stompin to get through. How hard can it be? I think we're about to find out. 15 seconds and they've got themselves pings either way. And there it is. Oh, does get the header Stompin, gets himself a third for the round, and is going to try and bait the plant. Shaiko has to drive himself forward. He's off, and he's back round 3 seconds, and well, played very well there by Shaiko. Pre-fire, okay, almost. There was a moment. There was a moment, demo. That can't be predicted. Stompin has gone down elsewhere. Oh, and we'll get caught out by a frag grenade. Oh, in fact, no.
Oh, he's dead anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. In towards warehouse, and that's really it. Not much else. I don't really think they have options of going in towards the kind of mid-floor vertical take, and G2 have responded with 2 kills now. It's down to Gelada Tricks, and oh well, there's the Glass able to pick up 1. Down goes Alamau, but still low fluke. I mean, a minute or so left, and oh my word, Gelad's just gonna go for the drop. He's in the bomb site.
Yeah, well, Tricks isn't anymore. Oh, neither is Gelad. Yeah. Outside odds.
You bet on the horse with a broken leg in that case, haven't you? It's not stopping in no race. Oh, where he came from? Alamau went for the jump out, or the run out, whatever it was. Don't tell me that was in front of. Maybe looking at getting the aggression on towards this top floor, and oh, stopping that's a bad challenge. He was ready for the blitz, but not expecting P9 to be with him. So now that lead is doubled now in the man count. G2, Shaiko and Benja, the 2 new pickups, have to try and go for the clutch. Benja misses out on that C4, gonna try and go aggressive and able to pick up Hashom. Big old kill for Benja. Look at him going straight away to rotate and maybe looking for a flank.
Well, they've got the shield, they know the pressure they need to apply, and almost a good one too, but they drop the hatch as well. P9, perfect place. There's a fight on green to lock it in, and Twisted Minds, they get 1, but sort of said, you know, you're still looking at the spread and you're still unfortunate. Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Well,
That's a weird one. I don't know.
Do you know what they're hearing right now? VAR, put it up. They're hearing, there's one. They've got the push on towards Doki. They need to try and double down. They have the ping on the player, but it's a shotgun in a close corners. This turns into a game of reactions, and Alamau's, oh, not quite quick enough, but Stompin. He's always sharp, pops out, gets 1. Looks for the second. Stompin beheads a man. And now as Dov goes for the fight back in, it's a 2 versus 2. There's a 2 versus 1, all down to the man who got his first kill this round, and 20 seconds to find 2 more. And he's almost caught out by a Razor Bloom. He'll be slowed, he'll be bloody, and he'll be limping probably to the finish. No kit, they've got the cross peak as well. At this point, he can't even get close enough for this first engagement, and well, that is all they wrote. Strong G2 map. Strong opening for them.
Backline brought them multiple rounds, and Shaco as well. But isn't it the strength of G2?
Yeah,
to win the critical gunfight.
That's exactly what I was about to come back at you with. You know, we're talking boxing here, Leo. Is they know that sometimes they're going to let.
Lair 7 free is always pretty number free, but I think for G2 on border.
Already getting some stress outside. Back in around, but Hashom opens up.
2. So just slow and steady at the moment. Here for Twisted Minds, and oh no, Benja.
He's been causing problems down below, and well, that's exactly it. He knows the fight is coming. They're trying to just get out of there, but Shaco cuts him down, gets caught by bees. Will they try and move on the back of this too much? Too much danger. Gillad survives, but at the cost of a lot of blood, and now a 3 versus 3 demo.
Yeah, this is scary now for Twisted Minds, and they have the Glass and the Blackbeard. Oh, both they go. Both of them at the exact same time fall, and somehow G2 have turned the 3v5 into 3v1.
I mean, just pitch and pinch perfect, and what else can you sort of say? Doki gets the last. What a...
Looks to be that they're going to try and use that Blitz as the main focal point, and straight in we go. This should be an easy pickup. It will be for the Blitz. Gets one, but is swiftly traded back. Actually not finished off, though. So there is an opportunity that maybe Trix could get leveled back up. Never mind, Alamau is there with the impact. Dov, though, able to take down...
Well, we saw how that went. Swinging their way out, and oh, good take. Hashom just fires and hammers home on towards Alamau. Puts it into the 4 map. But it's actually this attempted fight being pinched out. Stompin has to go somewhere, and Benja actually gets on towards 1, and there's 2! He was entirely surrounded, and he said, good, I have options. Gillad does get the end of him. He's inside the site. They seem to have a reveal. They're going for the plant itself. He expects to be swung, but nobody's currently home instead. Missed an opportunity there based on expectation, and now is a bit of a tricky retake. To be swung from behind him. The other position isn't really going to get to him in time. Instead, it goes vertical. Brilliantly played there by Twisted Minds. Just swing around, put a couple of bullets out, give them some pressure, and give themselves this around back. One apiece.
Yeah, really.
That's a
really Twisted Minds. Yeah, Twisted Minds just making sure they can lock down Benj as best as they can. Gonna miss the C4, in goes a nade, and Alamau, though, able to open things up, and Benji exposed himself to Gillad just walking in through Wayne. Anyone there for the trade doesn't look to be, as their players are in towards Catwalk, and nade will just tag up Alamau, but he doesn't know which way to look. He doesn't know where this player is. Shaiko, though, able to take down Trix. Another player in towards East. Hashom also finding one, but Gillad goes up the stairs, and Alamau somehow pulls off with a kill. Dov now with a trade, but Stompin's there. What a trade game from G2, and Hashom is in the middle of the bomb site, but he doesn't have the kit, and Stompin will put an end to him from the Virts. Twisted Minds. Yeah. Like playing in towards Catwalk and stuff. You know, you need to take your ease. The Thatcher, in case the C4 does get leashed, and Gillad is going to go for the plant. However, not great from a post-plant position, though. Unless he's planted right at the window, which I don't... Oh, actually, he has. He's planted right at the window, so it is a really good post-plant that you can hold from that window. But look at this retake, though, from G2. They found 3 kills, and now it's up to Hashom and P9. Hashom's used all of his util, though, so he can't really deny it with a firebolt.
So they're going to see if they can pop their way out, but, you know, how much of it is an active Claymore? Where's the danger? Where's the threat? Well, there's the Claymore. Talked about it's a 3 versus nobody, though, because they can just win it by fighting their way back outside the building. Traded rounds no more, says G2. 3-1, they get themselves here on towards their defense of...
He has certainly been the kill leader for Twisted Minds. Is going to see if he can open up that opening pick. Is this Soulless? Oh, wow. How does he do that? Ashom HP Blitz is certainly a sad affair to have. Now for Twisted Minds, it looks as though maybe the team play just went out the window on Alamau.
Out the window, you were saying? Shaiko tucks around on the radio corner. Isn't going to swing out. There's somebody propped up on the left. I believe it's Stompin. It is no longer Stompin. And they're working. They're just sort of slowly, piece by piece, driving themselves forward. And oh, there's the catch and reveal. Now the double swing, and now a 4 versus nobody. Another round in towards what they pulled and sort of peeled together here. There's the opener. That's that first body in towards their favor. The first time they've had that since the second round. It's been a bit of a gap for a few rounds, and there's the second. Okay. They found a bit of a spark. Shaiko pops on towards one, and well, the otherwise, all of this is being pinged by the snake from outside, but it doesn't matter! All the information in the world, but it doesn't mean that you can make it sing the way Shaiko does. Too many options. P9 goes down, as does pretty much everybody else. Benja, all that's left alone. Alive! Great play with the shield.
We can look at that even further and compare the best players of each roster to really further showcase that depth that we're seeing here. We talked about Hashom, we talked about Shaco, but then still, if they are the best performance, and this is the difference between them?
Yeah, absolutely. And the guy on the left-hand side of your screen, Shaiko, he's just been dropping numbers every single map that he's joined for G2. That very last round that we saw, he very nearly won them that round. 1v2ing.
Ready for it. He's on his cams. There it is. He calls it round. He's looking for the first. Oh, he's back to back with a man! Oh, no!
Load a new mag.
There's two for Tricks. Shaiko does bleed in. They're just going to keep the pressure on, keep themselves driving in, but there's the crossfight and the fire. The swing round almost catches the man on the rappel themselves, but at this point, a failure to launch. They're still just fighting out the building. It's a great sort of response. Hashom going out the double door means that...
I would disagree.
Oh, he hit with the knot. He got him. got him.
Anyone want the kill?
No.
P9. Go on. Oh.
There we go. All right.
So if they do remove that, then the Azami will be null and void. Still for G2, it's all about this easy control. That is what they're trying to target. Oh, Jalad picks up a kill on the Shaiko Dove. On the Stompin. And Tricks on the Alamau. And P9 on the Doki and Hasham on the Benja.
Okay.
Kind of subtle approach where it's mostly trying to open up these long lines of sight. They still got the information operators. There goes the Dokkaebi, and almost the Dokkaebi goes down as Jalad had the bit of a pick there, but instead it's going to be a big old flurry of kills, and Twisted Minds come out on top. Shaiko with the opening death.
The problem solved, and it's Shaiko and Benja. It's the Dokkaebi and the Deimos. Stomping though. On the ace, gets one more. We hear a Razor Balloon pop off, but no result and reward for it. In the meantime, Tricks in this position can drop the hatch, can get out of there. He is his own support, and as a trade comes out over 2 stories and 2 players.
One another and see if they can win this round. Are they going to go for the hatch shot? Yes, they are. In goes Alamau, who just gets lit up. Yeah, had no idea that Jalad was in the other bomb site waiting for him. Now Stompin has a 1v2. He has to try and clutch up with 20 seconds left.
Shotgun close on the door, but we won't even see it. Now.
No idea about Hasham, who appears that he has with Mistrome. There should be an easy pick here for Hasham, and oh,
no.
Hasham,
it's windy, windy, strong breeze.
Oh. I mean, that's a kill that should never go in favor of Alamau.
Break on towards the back of it. Otherwise, it's split pressure coming through, but Alamau has a bite taken out of him from P9's position, lying down, but it's Dove that has the cover. Shows how awkward it is to enter on towards this map because there's always somebody else stomping. Takes on towards P9. Good idea, unfortunately. Whoa! Bad execution everywhere else. Double that's left. Alamau has gone down amongst all of that, but is getting back up. This will give them a 4 versus nobody. Benja has the cover.
Yep.
Their way across towards waiting. Look at Stompin on the other side. They're going fast, vicious, and brutal, and the shield can't quite cross the divide. Oh, we really hoped he'd make that one work, and oh no, it's back and forth. Can he get 3? Yes, he can. This is his bathroom, and he's cleaning up. A 1 versus 4. It's the second time we've seen G2 try to go fast, and it's the second time it has gotten nowhere. But now they have to rethink because of those 2 players that got spotted here. Okay, let's go in. Let's enter on the tension. Let's try and get the clear elsewhere. We've got the verticality, but now they've got Stompin. And now somebody else has swung back in, but Benja knocks him out, looks for the second follow through. It's the shield that gets the drop of 4 versus 2 versus 1 versus a fight on the top floor. Hasham, he's doing his best to fight his way out of the awkward predicament, but Benja's gone for the plant. They'll get this secured. He's busy trying to find the other fights, and with Alamau still on the board in the blitz, tricky is an understatement. Hoping to get a bit of a lucky spray through. I mean, but at this point, 30 seconds. They've got one on the kit itself, watching the hatch and going for the drop. They've got one outside the double door, and well, a shield that wants to see if they can try and get close and cause some problems. Alamau, he's more than a dab hand with a blitz. Oh, he's not quite able to get that one until he does. We are in OT.
So very important to watch how this first engagement goes. Stompin being able to move in and pick off bits of util. Oh, there it is, the Twisted Minds playstyle. You always have to be ready for stuff like that. And Alamau gets caught out because of it, and he's going to go for it again. P9, but it's a bait for Hashom. Phenomenal from Twisted Minds. Doki gets caught with his pants down. There's a quick swing from Dob, which will be punished, but still that opening two-piece for Twisted Minds is a massive.
Yeah, they really sort of...
Yeah, I think Twisted Minds have done a good decision here. Just pulling back. Know that it's up to G2 to have to fight against the man deficit. And, oh no, Hashom! She looks away as Shaiko already dropped. A good trade though. Jalad able to pick off Shaiko, and Stompin got down from the hatch. So it's still going to be man advantage of Twisted Minds. 30 seconds left, and really what is the options here for G2? They don't have many. Just going to have to be hatch drops. P9 gets caught out though. Benja finds them lacking underneath the hatch, and now it's a 2v2.
Well, 15 seconds, 2 versus 2, and the positions are still a bit of a backline here for the side of Twisted Minds, but a perfect watch for it. Has the cross. One more fight to find for Benja. Brilliant as ever.
The attack kind of stemming in from Armory, having Hashom below, trying to ping a player who could be inside of Brazil. The C4 gets leashed by Benja. He'll do a lot of damage to the Blackbeard, but that's it. Just a bit of damage, and P9 with the Glads, not expecting that. Finds 2. Shaiko will find Jalad though. It's still advantage to Twisted
Minds that is netting sort of better results on some regards of it. I mean, the Glads just absolutely dictating the pace. Shaiko gets one, and P9's gone down in the swing through. He's sort of, you know, there's time to get him back up. As there is time to maybe get Stompin back up, there's the pings loose on the player. Over the top, he can't quite get it against the shield. Options, but he's on the other side of a mirror that's just working, and they want the pressure, right? They want the smoke. They've got the Blackbeard on the read. He's baiting all the motion in the world, but we are going all of the way.
A few bits of util, but it is going to be a much more slower-paced round, I feel, for G2, just with that shield.
Doki takes a lot of damage and forced further and further out there as they're not quite able to net the kill here on the loose player. Jalad has taken bits of damage, but still deals it back. Shaiko! 1, 2, 3, goodbye. And also escaped is one of the things that we said they were doing brilliantly, just sort of keeping hands off, but Doki is able to find P9, get things leveled up.
Again, it is going to be Alamau on the shield, makes the dive now and try and gets himself tucked in behind the bomb chassis. And there's no denial, there's nothing for Twisted Minds to do to stop that.
They do find one. They get the kill, the rest on towards Doki. What width that has bought them well enough where Benja needs to go elsewhere. Somehow Alamau drops the shield, gets a kill, and now he's going to go for the plant itself. Pulls off. Not sure what the fear was. They've got some concerns. Players underneath, but there's the watch. There goes the swing through, 3-2. And they're able to stop the plant. Great positioning. It's 9 seconds, though, a 2 versus 1, but this is a 1 versus 1, and this is Salt Lake City for G2.
That means we get to have a few words with them, with the victors of this game. So you have Doki on the line. Congratulations on making it to yet another international event. How are you feeling?
Another one on the books. I'm getting old. God damn it. Yeah, it was good. Good win. Yeah, I mean, pretty standard. I think Border, they did some good preparation against us. We've played them like 100 times in scrims. So, yeah, I mean, we fought to the end, which is very good to see. But yeah, good game from us overall. I'm very happy.
Nice. Jack, obviously with you guys bringing Benja back home, bringing him back into Europe, bringing Shaiko onto the roster, it was really important for this super team to hit the ground running straight away. How happy are you that you've qualified at the first attempt?
Yeah, really good. I mean, if I'm going to be honest, I think the quality of some of the teams in our group were very, very bad. I didn't think we had a real challenge until today.
VP, maybe.
The VP match. Yeah. Apart from the VP match, which was our first game as a team, so things went good, things went bad. I think VP are a really good team, so I'm looking forward to our match soon against them. So yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed with the quality of the teams in our group, but we played very good. and we showed that our team is capable of winning rounds that we're not meant to win. And we also showed that we're having some good strats and good things like that. So it's all a process. We're working really, really hard every week in scrims and stuff. So let's just see what happens at the major.
You mentioned previously when we interviewed you, you mentioned that you do 2 hours of theory a day. Do you think that it's fair? Do you think it's unfair when people say it's just about the
talent? It's unfair to me. It's unfair to me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's unfair to me. Yeah.
Do you think it's unfair when people just assume that it's just a team full of gunners because you are putting in that hard work behind the scenes?
Yeah, I mean, we do have extremely strong firepower on our team, but like, if I'm gonna be honest, I hate saying this, but Alamau is doing a great job behind the scenes, really putting an extra effort with the coaches and going into depth on the strats and all the different game plans we have for different teams. So that extra work is what's pushing us over the line in a lot of games. It isn't just our individual players. So big shout out to him and our 2 coaches, cameraman and Romalio, always doing the work behind the scenes. So it's not just 5 crazy players. There is a big support staff behind us. So yeah.
Jack, congratulations on making the major. I have a gift for you. Do you want to know how you died on that last round?
Please tell me.
All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look. So you're holding this angle. Very, very, very tight angle, right?
Completely safe.
Look at J-Lad. All the way deep armory. Get ready? Good night.
It doesn't make any sense. It's not my fault.
Yep.
It's not my fault. Well, I literally said I have no idea where I died. I thought like me dying there loses the round, and I was like, I have no idea how I've died. So yeah.
Yeah, that's the rough part of holding angles against Twisted Minds. They will swing.
That is very true. That is very true.
Yeah.
I learned the hard way again.
Good job you've got the players to clutch up, though, to be fair.
Yes, indeed. Great calls again last round to go below and stop the guys from denying the plant. And we closed the game with Monty. What classic. Monty to close the game.
I think you're playing a different game now that you're going to play against Virtus.pro, given the play styles, maybe. You already mentioned it, right? That was the first game that really gave you a challenge, first game as a team. How are you going into this upper bracket final?
Well, I'm going to go to McDonald's and get 20 chicken nuggets and probably like an iron brew. My teammates are probably going to do some map bans in theory, so you should probably ask them, to be honest.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see if we can catch up with them. I think you have about 20 minutes, so you gotta make a run for it. But
see you guys.
Yeah. All right. Enjoy your meal. Good luck with the game, and we'll catch you later.
See you later, guys.
Man's gonna do what a man's gonna.
Of course, they have amazing individuals, but the good strategy, the good map bans, that was a thoroughly well-prepared, complete performance that I thought.
And we gotta look at one player, the player that is the MVP for this series as well. I mean, we're talking about that first round in overtime. I don't think we've decided yet how Benja has pulled that round off, but somehow he did. We talk about the gun skill, we talk about the preparation, but that just sheerly comes down to his talent.
It does. It really does come down to his talent. He is a game-winning player. He is an S6 Invitational MVP player. It does also come down to a little smidgen of Twisted Minds trolling us.
Yeah, there's a bit of luck. There's Twisted Minds playing positions that why would you do that in that scenario? If we go and take a look at that round, especially guys, what I find amazing is Benja Master's game sense, because he was on top floor on Tellers, right?